Hey, good evening, everyone. Forecaster Derrick Overland here, and having a little update for our winter storm here that we're having today and going into tonight. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, a great holiday. Hope you had a great Black Friday. Did a little bit of shopping before this snow came into the area. It was some of us saw snow as early as late Friday night. I know Albert Lee, towards the I-35 area, Mason City, Albert Lee saw some flurries begin late last night, and it's just been a constant pace throughout the entire day today, and that's just kind of how it's been. It's been a light to moderate snow for the most part. A little bit this evening turned into, some areas saw kind of that heavy snowfall, but for the most part stayed more moderate. But still giving us a good snow. You can see our road conditions across the region sitting in between partially covered, but most of the roads completely covered roadways in that pink there. So pink is those completely covered roads. Notice northern Iowa, pretty much all of northern Iowa having completely covered roadways, and then some portions of southeast Minnesota just some partially covered roads. So big shout out to MnDOT, our snowplow drivers, keeping us safe and keeping our roads as clean as they can be. It's tough when snow is constantly falling, and then later on tonight we're going to have the wind increase. So it's going to be tough to keep those roads clean here, but they've been doing a great job. Big shout out to them. I see a lot of people are in our live stream here. If you have any questions, any concerns, let me know in the comment section. I'll try and check that every once in a while and answer some of your questions here. But here's a look, again, road conditions as of now, as of 8 o'clock, 8:15. And so we'll move on here later going in here. But we have, again, partially covered to completely covered roadways across the region. Those roads real bad towards northern Iowa. Here's a couple cameras. Looking at Highway 52, again, this is as of 8:15, so if you're viewing this a little bit later, it might be a little bit different. But this is across Highway 52 in some different areas, and you can see traffic pretty slow. Take it easy out there. If you're going to be out on the roads, I recommend not going out, but if you have to go out for whatever reason, just be careful. You can see Highway 52 towards, that's around Civic Center, the top left there. You can kind of see the tire marks there, so there are some tracks that you can follow to maybe give you some better traction, but for the most part it is still pretty slick out there, so just be careful out there, and just take it easy on those roads. We had April ask, when is it supposed to stop? We'll likely have snow stop late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Kind of just depends on where you are. So if you're further east towards around the Mississippi River Valley, it may linger on till early Sunday morning. If you're towards the western side of the area, towards I-35, it may be done by around late tonight. If you're in the Rochester area, I expect it to be done a little bit after midnight for snow-wise. The only problem is it might be done falling from the sky, but the wind will pick up and it's going to blow the snow around. So it's going to be hard to tell when exactly it's supposed to stop. Conditions will likely improve by Sunday afternoon. So when the winds die down by Sunday afternoon, conditions will improve. So yeah, in Rochester, a little bit after midnight. It's kind of in between, maybe around 2-3 a.m. is when the snow will likely stop falling, but conditions will probably improve around the afternoon hours when the winds die down here, because we're going to have some high wind gusts here. Highway 14 conditions, we have, again, mostly covered roadways, so it is, again, slick across the area. We'll take a look at Interstate 35 here. Once these images load, they'll load. How much more from Sherry? We'll see here. We'll have about roughly 2 to 3 inches for most of the area, in addition to what we've already seen overnight tonight. We're getting some areas around the 1 inch now. So if you're towards I-35, a little bit less than maybe around that inch mark. Is what we're looking at for the rest of the night. So it just kind of depends on where you are and how much snow you've already seen. It kind of goes hand to hand in that. I do have a graphic in just a little bit I will show. You'll have an idea. I'll have every part of our viewing area, and it will show how much we're expecting for the rest of the night. So there's some I-35 cameras there for you. Again, about the same thing, limited visibility with those partially to mostly covered roadways. So again, visibility, big part of what's going on this evening and tonight. So we're going to have visibility between that 1 mile. Albert Lea has been slowly improving. They're up to 4 miles of visibility in Albert Lea. However, the winds are expected to increase tonight. So depending on how kind of fluffy the snow is, and it's pretty fluffy snow, it'll blow around a little bit. So we are likely going to have limited visibility. Talking to the National Weather Service, they're not super confident in any type of blizzard conditions or anything like that, but it will limit visibility. So not high enough winds to where we're looking at blizzard conditions, but it will be high enough winds to where it will make an impact to travel. It'll make travel hard, and will make visibility go down. So this is another look at our current visibilities. And again, this is as of 8:20 p.m. Future track radar showing our snow continuing on, but off to our west. You can see off to our west, it's starting to leave the area slowly. I-35 still having some of that moderate snowfall. We can still see that blue there, moderate snowfall across the area. It's going to leave. It's going to leave. It's going to take its sweet time, though, so that's kind of the thing why we're looking at some more inches here coming up later on tonight, is because it's going to take its sweet time leaving the area. And it's all from this low-pressure system right off to our south in southeast Iowa. This is our low-pressure system that's giving us the upper Midwest all the snow. So the snow that we're seeing right now, they're seeing the same thing over in Michigan and Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin. It's a big system that's giving us this snow. So we still have winter storm warnings for the entire viewing area of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. That goes until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's mainly due because of the wind coming up. That's going to limit our visibility. So that is why we have that winter storm warning still going on until 6 a.m. They're likely going to keep it up until 6 a.m. too, is what the National Weather Service was saying earlier. Let's see. We have winter storm warnings. You can see it's big. We have a lot of winter storm warnings. So it is a big system. It's impacting a lot of people. Travel just isn't good right now in the Midwest in general. So it's a good time to stay inside, just kind of enjoy the snow. Kind of hang out with family for maybe a day longer. I wouldn't travel back home until maybe Sunday afternoon. The later you stay inside Sunday, the better the roads will be. So give MnDOT some time, give the snowplow drivers some time to clear out those roads, and there'll be better conditions throughout the day. April asks, is it supposed to rain as well? No, we shouldn't have any rain. It's going to stay really cold. So we're actually going to have really cold temperatures coming up after this snow. So that's something I'm also going to talk about in just a little bit. So no rain. Nothing like that, but we will have some cold temperatures. So here are some local snowfall reports. This is as of 6 p.m. Saturday. Some of these are from 7 p.m. too. I kind of was just asking around some family members and some friends to see if they can give me some quick snowfall totals. And so a couple of these are just brand new. So the Albert Lea one, that came in from my parents, 5.5 inches there. Here at KTDC, I just measured a couple of minutes ago. We were at 3.8, so we've seen less snow. Southwest Rochester, we had a report of 4.5, but then look at RST. RST measured 6.1 inches. That just came to us just a little bit ago. I asked the National Weather Service if they had anything from RST. So that's from the Rochester Airport, 6.1 inches. Preston, 8 inches. We had a report of 8 inches. I do want to touch base, though, on the Austin total. So we have official report of 4.9 inches. However, we have seen a couple comments in our comment section saying that some people have seen a lot more than that. We had one comment in particular say that they had around 7 inches of snow, and that was as of 6 p.m. So, what was it? Northwest Austin. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I believe it was Northwest Austin. Seeing around almost 7 inches of snow. So that's crazy that we're seeing that much of like a difference. So 4.9 inches and then all of a sudden just jumping up to 7 inches, you go a couple miles north. So it's been very select on who sees that snowfall. But it's been very also select, but also kind of consistent. So here's our estimated snowfall. This is from radar indication. So not 100% correct. This isn't from reports or anything. This is actually just from what radar is seeing, so it's not 100% accurate, but it gives us a rough idea. It's an estimate, right? It gives us a rough idea of what we have been seeing. And so a lot of the area, I mean, 4 to 6 inches with the yellow, some oranges towards Mankato, Rice County, getting into the orange there, maybe some 7 to 9s. I think that's a little high. We haven't seen any reports of 7 to 9 in Mankato yet, not for us yet, but we'll kind of keep an eye out for it. Again, with Decorah, there's some oranges in there. I don't think we've gotten any reports. I haven't checked, I guess, in a couple of minutes, so maybe some recent ones just came in. But I don't think I've seen anything of 7 to 9. I've seen close. I've seen the 4 to 6 across the area. But the higher, the 7 to 9, a little bit iffy. But we're continuing to watch those reports. And again, if you have those reports are very important. We get them from viewers. So we need those reports. I don't live in Mason City. I don't live in Austin. I don't have anything there to measure snow. So we need our viewers from towns, even small towns. Send in your reports. Go outside, measure some snow off of your stairs or your patio railing or whatever. Take a ruler, take a picture of it, and send it to us, and then we can put those snow totals in those reports. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. But let's look at future track now. As we go into the overnight hours, notice snow is beginning to wrap up, especially for those around I-35. However, the wind gusts, 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, that's going to blow the snow around. It's almost going to be like snow's flying anyway. So that's something to keep in mind. By the early morning hours, we may have a couple flurries lingering around, but I think by the early morning hours, we're pretty much wrapping up with the snow. But again, wind gusts are going to be up. There's going to be blowing, drifting snow tomorrow morning. But then by the afternoon, the wind gusts begin to calm down. We even have some clearing skies. We may have some sunshine later by Sunday afternoon. So it's something to maybe look forward to coming up tomorrow. So the afternoon looking to be a little bit nicer towards the afternoon. The morning will still be a little bit dicey on those roadways just because there's that wind, there's that drifting snow. So that will be something that we'll continue to kind of watch, is that wind. So here we had some questions about how much snowfall could we see through the rest of the night tonight. So here's that graphic, and you can kind of see some different cities in there. So basically around Highway 52 is where we're looking at that 2 to 3 inch mark. The farther west you are, I think we're going to be kind of in that short range. So 2 inches. So like, for example, maybe Austin only seeing 2 inches, Rochester maybe only seeing 2 inches or 2.5 inches, kind of on that short end. Where like Albert Lee, I-35, you're maybe only going to see 1 to 2 inches for the rest of the night. And then even further west towards Redwood Falls, St. James, Fairmont, Algona, probably just a trace to an inch. You're getting close to being pretty much done with new snowfall. Again, probably going to be blowing around though, so that's something to keep in mind. So we are still looking at some additional snow around that 2 to 3 inch for portions of our area. Other portions where you have that lighter blue, kind of in that middle there between Albert Lee, Waseca, Mankato, Minneapolis, Charles City, 1 to 2 inches of additional snowfall. And then further west is where we get less of that snow. Winter weather impacts. We have blowing snow will be possible here as we go into the overnight hours. I'm mentioning that the wind gusts will likely increase to around 30 to 35 miles per hour. Oh, thank you, Grant. Got another little report there. But so we'll have winds changing. A lot of the area north to northeast winds right now. Later on tonight, if it hasn't already, I guess I haven't checked our wind observations recently in the last couple of minutes. It may have already shifted to the northwest by now. But we'll have a shift to a northwest wind, 15 to 20 miles per hour. And so that will kind of get that snow blowing around. So you can see Sunday morning there, we're in the yellow. So a moderate impact Sunday morning. Have that blowing, drifting snow. It won't really be falling anymore, but it'll be blowing around. It's almost like it will be falling. And then by the afternoon, we're looking to have improved conditions, low impact. Roads should be cleaned off. So MnDOT, again, has been doing a great job. Iowa DOT's been doing a great job, too, in keeping those roads as clean as possible. But here's another thing that we are looking into is our wind chill. Temperatures are going to get cold. Of course, this is overnight wind chill, so single digits, looking to get cold. By tomorrow afternoon, we could have wind chills getting around the teens. to single digits. So our feels like temperature is going to get cold. Our air temperature will stay around the 20s. It's just our air temperature that's going to get cold. It's going to stay cold for the wind chills. It's going to feel cold for the next couple of days. So this is 3 p.m. This is about at our warmest point of the day. And we have wind chills at about the single digits for the next couple of days. So that's something to keep in mind. You'll definitely want to get the jackets out. Teens, for a lot of our high temperatures, for those days, we do have a brief 20-degree temperature on Wednesday, but then notice on Thursday, we have a really cold day. Our wind chill could get down to 3 below. So we'll be watching Wednesday night into Thursday for maybe some real cold conditions. I know by tomorrow night, it's going to be the nights that get really cold. I know by tomorrow night, we could have wind chills getting below 0. So that's coming up quick. We have those cold temperatures moving on in. So let's look at our 7-day forecast. We'll have some morning flurries possible for some of us Sunday morning. It will also be windy Sunday morning, so the wind's going to be blowing that snow around. But then by Sunday afternoon, we'll be clearing out, having some improved conditions, so we'll be getting better. Temperatures in the teens throughout the week. It's going to get cold. It's going to get cold quick. It's going to come up because we're going to, especially in the nighttime hours, the early morning hours, it's going to feel real cold. We could have those wind chills, as I mentioned before, below 0 as soon as tomorrow night. So those wind chills are something to kind of keep in mind. Air temperature looking to be still below freezing. So again, no rain in the forecast, but we do have a couple chances for maybe some flurries coming up. So that's what we've been looking into for now. I'm kind of looking, let's see if I need to refresh anything here. Look at some comments. How much snow in the South Metro? Let's see. We'll just look at radar estimates here. Radar estimate-wise, probably between 2 to 4 to maybe even the 4 to 6 mark, if that's correct. I haven't really been looking too much into Minneapolis today, but still a good amount of snow across the region. So maybe around that 2 to 4 mark is what Minneapolis has seen, the South Metro there. Maybe some heavier snowfall closer towards Rice County in that orange. But looks like that's about it. Let's see. April says, thanks. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And that's all we got for comments. If you missed the live stream, I end the live stream here, and you missed it, you can still leave a comment. I'll try and look at it and respond to any questions we have the best I can. Be a little bit busy. I'm still going to be looking at some snow totals, trying to wrangle those throughout the night and try and get the latest snowfall totals for the 10 p.m. show later on tonight after college football. So tune into that. But that's all I have for you today. We'll be back later on. We may do another live stream tomorrow with some more snowfall totals there to give you. So that's all I have for you. Have a safe rest of the night. Have a great Sunday for tomorrow. Should be getting better by the afternoon hours, but be careful out there if you're going to be out. Still could be some slick spots, of course, with the snow that we're seeing and the wind for tonight into tomorrow morning. So be careful out there, stay safe, and have a good night.